How's it going to all you lovely people over at the Mount Silver Battles? My name is Pyrotoz, or Tommy, whatever you want to call me. And turns out I have a battle today against another Tommy by the name of Roger Rabbit. His channel link will be in the video description if you want to check him out. And this is my first upload here, so I guess I should say a little bit about myself. I'm Tommy, I'm from England, I am a student. I also make Pokemon videos, evidently. And my sort of playstyle is I like to mess around with different Pokemon, sort of experiment with the lesser used stuff. And I think actually this was taken before anyone really knew what the tiers were in Gen 6, but we'll call it an OU battle just because Latias is there, and I assume Latias is OU, if not, why the hell is it not? First turn, I'm going to lead with my Tentacruel as it goes with Pyrotoz just to get up the rain, that's fine. You could have probably told from the team preview that that is a rain team indeed. It has this thing as Swift Swim Kabutops. No Ludicolo, interestingly, but stuff like, you know, Toxicroak to benefit from the rain as well, so it's a pretty solid team. Tentacruel is something I definitely want to keep around for that same reason, because it definitely walls a couple of his big threats. So gonna go to my Lipud, expecting a Psyshock, hoping he doesn't go for a Draco, and luckily for me it does work out. Just gonna go ahead and go for the Play Rough here. I know that Latias is naturally quicker, but I assume he'll be fearing Encore or Sucker Punch or something, so I go for Play Rough. It does pretty good damage to this thing, but not gonna play a huge factor because it does have the dry skin recovery going on, and I really don't want to stay in, so let's go to the dedicated physical wall, Chestnut here, which can definitely wall this thing pretty well. There's a good chance it has Poison Jab as well as, you know, Sub SD or whatever, but I should be able to take it reasonably well, and I can Earthquake it, do big ass damage, and get it some hazards if I see the opportunity. So it doesn't go for Poison Jab, so I assume it is just Drain Punch, Sucker Punch as his only attacking moves, which is, I guess that's a pretty common set for Toxicroak, but knowing that, gonna go into my Rotom here and then bait the Sucker Punch on the next turn and go into my Lipud once again. I figure, okay, either Substitute or Sucker Punch, I really don't care which. Can go to Lipud and then Encore him into whatever I feel like and then go from there, you know? Prankster Lipud with Encore and Copycat is definitely one of my favourite things to use in Gen 6. It actually didn't get Copycat last gen, which I found really weird, but now it gets Copycat and Play Rough as an alternate sort of physical coverage move, which is pretty nice, so it actually works out pretty perfectly for Dark types if you think about it, because it covers, what, Fighting types, Dark types, and as a bonus, Dragon types, so yeah, definitely one of my favourite sets to use. Gonna Copycat the Substitute here just to go behind it and see what happens. Copycat works even if they switch, and with Prankster obviously you get priority, so one of my favourite tactics to do is to actually either come in on some kind of attacking move, like, I don't know, close combat. Like, say you subbed up on a close combat as they went for it. You could then click Copycat next turn, and you would copy that close combat right back at them with priority. Or even one of your own moves, you can go for Play Rough and then use Copycat over and over again. As long as it was the last move used, you can just copy that to your heart's desire, over and over again. It's pretty cool. Now Kabutops comes in, I'm just going to go for a knockoff on this turn, not really caring what comes in, just wanting to knock off something or other. Best move in the game, 2014. Knock off the Life Orb, and unfortunately Big Kenny here, not too great on the physical side, so I'm still going to die to a Stone Edge. I want to say the crit mattered, but really, I'm not in a position to complain because I get some nice return hacks later on, as you will see. Now Chestnut comes in. I fear nothing from Kabutops, so just going to go for a Wood Hammer. This thing's at a range where it dies to anything, so, you know, getting this thing out of the way, definitely something I appreciate. Toxicroak, big ass threat, don't mess. But now that puts me in a position where I'm kind of at the mercy of Lantern, or I guess Latias if he feels like bringing that in. So Lantern does come in now. I couldn't remember Lantern's base speed off the top of my head. It definitely looks like it should be faster than Chestnut, but regardless of whether it is or not, if it has any kind of speed investment, it's probably going to outspeed, because I'm a defensive set, so really I don't want to be taking an Ice Beam. definitely would not live that, so I'm going to go to my Lipud as death fodder. It would have been nice to have against the Latias, but I do have Rotom for that, so hopefully I can deal with that in due time. Lipud goes down. In comes my Aurorus. I kind of thought that this thing would be choice specs, given that it killed my Lipud from there. I guess that was me underestimating Lantern's attack, or overestimating Lipud's defenses, but no, that is definitely not a choice Lantern. Gonna do some big ass damage with that Hydro Pump. Like I said about the hacks earlier, that one actually did make a big difference, because it means that I can get off one Freeze Dry, then an extra one given that he missed the first one, that kills off the Lantern. And the hacks doesn't stop there, my friends. In comes the Sork, and knowing that I have a Rotom, he's going to go for the Stone Edge, not wanting to, you know, obviously give me a free switch into that. EQ, I guess, if it had Mold Breaker. I forgot to check there, but either way, Stone Edge misses. I get off a Nature Power, which turns into an Ice type with Refrigerate, because Tri-Attack, and then it gets the Power Boost plus the Ice typing. It's pretty cool. Almost takes out the Sork, and then Aurorus goes down to a Stone Edge, so the reign of hacks is over. Now all I've got to do is bring in Infernape. This is a Focus Sash one. Just go for that Iron Fist Mach Punch, finish it off. Now Politoed comes in. I don't think it's Scarf from what I saw earlier. It may be Damp Rock or Specs. To be honest, I may have knocked off his item earlier for all I know. But either way, Scarf Politoed, not really a common thing, so gonna go for the T-Punch and take it out. Now unfortunately, this means that Kabutops does have the Swift Swim now, so it is gonna outspeed me. For some reason I don't go for the Mach Punch here. I have no idea why. Maybe I thought it wouldn't kill. But I actually do go for the Thunder Punch and get flinched by the Waterfall. Hoping he doesn't have the Aqua Jet here, which I thought he'd go for first turn, like I said. I now go for Mach Punch. He doesn't. That's great. Kill it off there. Live on my Focus Sash, obviously. And now Latias is the only thing stopping me from actually ending this game. Because Latias is a big, bulky threat, and I have nothing particularly for it, now that Aurorus is gone. Rotom here, as much as I love normal form Rotom, this particular one doesn't have Shadow Ball, so, you know, I'm going to have to get a bit more damage off by Volt Switching first, then going to Chestnut. I mean, I'm looking back and I definitely could have played this better, but I don't know specifically the way I should have handled this. I don't have Leech Seed on my Chestnut, so, I mean, you can be the judge of what I should have done, but basically, I take a couple of hits here, somehow live to my amazement, so I can get off a bit more Wood Hammer damage there and die to my Recoil. Now, knowing that he is at a range where hopefully I can take it out with any Ghost type attack, I can come in, go for the Hex, because I thought it would work with the T-Spikes on my team. Obviously not in this match, because he had the Toxicroak, but yep, Hex is indeed going to take it out from there, which is a big relief, because otherwise I was screwed. And that was the end. Very good game indeed. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to check out my channel and Roger's channel in the video description. My name has been, and still is, Pyrotoz. See you all next time. Goodbye.